Hello, guys. Today we will be discussing the important questions that you need to answer before you develop a content strategy. So, this is the episode 2 of your content marketing playlist. So, I hope this would be a knowledge ride and we would be learning some important strategies that you need to incorporate before you embark on your content marketing journey. All set? Let's get started. So, the first question that you need to ask is who will be reading your content? Who your target audience is? What is the buyer persona? And which part of the buyer decision making journey they are in? So, it's very important to understand the audience, their needs, their requirements, what's the problem they are facing, their pain points. So, once you have a crystal clear clarity of who is going to read your content and what kind of value you are going to add in their lives. So once they consume your content, what is the takeaway? So you have to focus on identifying your ideal consumer or the ideal audience that would be consuming your content, right? So the first question is starting from who your end user would be. Fine. Moving on, the second question that you need to answer is what problems you intend to solve for your audience. So what are their pain points that you would be intending to provide the solutions. So you have to understand what is your forte, how you can add value to the lives of your consumers, how your content is going to be useful for them. The utility that they derive would be the USP of your entire content marketing strategy. So identifying the way you can pitch in and solve their problems is going to be an amazing way how your audience can get hooked to your content and they can be your fans. Once they are fans, they would be promoting your content, they would be sharing your content. So it's very important to identify what are your strengths which would be helpful in solving the problems of your consumers or your audience, right? Moving on, the third question that you need to ask, what makes you unique? How are you different from rest of the people providing similar solutions? So once you are able to identify your uniqueness, your niche, and how you are different from rest of the players, then you can always harp on that, you can stress on that, you can emphasize that, and project your content as the superior ones compared to rest of the players or rest of the people providing solutions to similar problems. So understand, you have to be unique, you have to stand out from the crowd. The next question that you have to emphasize on or you have to ponder upon is what content formats you will focus on. Okay, are you good at writing? So you can go ahead with blogging. If you have good video creation editing skills, you can be going with YouTube, right? Or probably you can go with podcasts. So what is the format of content that you would deliver to your audience? It's very important to identify the format of content because every piece of content may not be ideal for consumption. For instance, let us say I have a flat tire on the road, and at that point of a time, I may not be interested in checking how to use my jack by reading a blog article. Rather, I would be more interested to see a quick, fast tutorial which would be demonstrating exactly how to use a jack, right? So, at that point of a time, for a particular topic, YouTube video would be more ideal compared to a blog article. Fine. So, you have to understand for what topics the kind of format that you would be choosing and how people would be consuming content around certain topic areas. So that will help people to solve their problems in a much better and faster way. And definitely, you would be getting traffic and maybe it can lead to business for you, right? Then the next question that you have to focus on is what channels you will publish on. You need to identify where your audience is, your niche, right? So once you know your niche and where you can find your ideal target segment or the target audience, you have to be available on those platforms. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be omnipresent on all the particular channels. You can be doing wonderfully well on a particular channel, probably let us say YouTube or probably on Instagram. You need to understand primarily where your target audience is. Okay, so once that clarity is attained, you have to optimize your presence, build your brand on that simple platform. Okay, so that's the channel where you're going to publish. It can be YouTube, it can be Spotify, it can be any podcast, it can be a blog, do whatever, but you need to understand that you need to publish on those channels where your audience is. And wherever you are publishing, be sure that you need to be consistent. So, the final question that we have to think about and we have to come up with clear, concrete answers is you need to have or you need to manage your content creation and publication. because it's very easy to jump into this content creation aspect, okay, but it becomes very difficult to keep it optimized and managed so that you remain consistent. So it's ideal that you should plan a calendar, a content calendar, before you embark on your journey for content creation or management. So first, identify or distribute the roles. Okay, it could be you or it could be a team. You are using some kind of a tools or softwares to manage your content. Do whatever, but you need to have a proper plan. You need to exactly know who will do what and how things should be done and when it would be done. So you need to have a proper calendar. You need to have clearly designated roles. Okay, and at the same time you can also take help of some automation tools. Fine. So these were some six important questions that you need to answer before you embark on your content creation journey, right? So content strategy will fall in place once all these six questions are answered precisely and clearly. Fine. So I hope you found this video to be useful and helpful. Do keep watching. Spread the good word. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.